beautiful people. You're welcome to another episode on my channel tonight. And on today's episode, I want to talk about how you can prepare your mind for sex. This is one aspect of sex talk that is usually not talked about. You know, we are focused on how to deliver. We're focused on how to be fantastic in bed, how to give a blowjob, how to do everything so well, forgetting that the mind plays a major role in how the sex turns out to be. If you're going to be having a fantastic sex, it's all dependent on what you've put in your mind. If your mind is not in tune with the sex, there's going to be a problem. If your mind is not, if there's no connection to your partner, if there's no connection whatsoever, it is going to cause a lot of issues when the main sex is going on. It is going to cause performance anxiety. It is going to cause performance issues. It's going to cause a whole lot. It's going to end up in bad sex, basically. So let's focus on how you can prepare your mind for sex to enjoy better sex. So it's a different thing to know the know-how. So you already have the knowledge of what to do, of how to go about everything that has to do with sex. You've already learned how to give a blowjob. You've already learned how to pleasure our vagina. You've already learned how to touch her, to make her juicy, to make her. You've learned so many things. You have everything in your head, literally. You have everything in your head on how to explore our body, on how to explore his body. But then you see that your mind is playing tricks with you. So you know all of this in your head, and now it's time for action, but the action is not just coming. What is going on? This is what your mind can do to you when it comes to sex. And this is why it is important that even though you have the knowledge, know-how of how to go about making sex fantastic, you also need to prepare your mind for sex. Your mind plays a huge role. Your brain is number one. Your brain is your number one sex. What am I going to say? Sex. English is missing. Okay, what am I trying to say here? Your brain plays a huge role because really it is what is in your head that you're going to be bringing out. So your brain does a lot for sex. It is the number one sex to do. And then secondly, your mind. It is what you feed your brain with that goes to your mind. So I'm going to be sharing tips on how you can prepare your mind mentally. You can prepare your mind basically for great sex. So stay tuned and enjoy this with me. Number one, you want to distract yourself. It's very, very important. Distract yourself from things that would cloud your mind, to affect your performance in bed. The truth is that majority of us like to impress instead of focusing on the pleasure we want to give and enjoy during sex. So you're more focused on, I need to get the orgasm. What do I need to do? Am I doing it right? Am I riding him well? Oh God, I watched the video sometimes ago and the way the girl was twisting, the way she was whining, I can't do mine like that. So that means I'm not going to be giving bad sex. There's just too much going on in your head. Or you're telling yourself, if I'm not hitting her right for like about 50 minutes, then I'm doing a poor job. Now, all of these are distracting. When it is time for you to give the main sex, because you have all of this ringing in your head, you get confused. You're not focused on what you should focus on. You end up with so much confusion and it literally ends up in bad sex. So what am I trying to say here? In a nutshell, take away all distractions. Do not distract yourself by yourself. Do not be your own enemy. It is not necessary. Instead of distracting yourself with what you can do and what you cannot do, focus on how to pleasure your partner. Focus on pleasuring yourself, on enjoying. Let your goal be that oh, right now we are going to be having a good time, and I just want to focus on all that my partner will be doing to me and focus on all I'm going to be doing to my partner. Just enjoy the process and do not be under pressure. Number 2, you want to get intimate in other ways and not necessarily pouncing on your partner straight up to sex, right? Your mind does a lot of magic. It is unrealistic, right? It is very unrealistic to just assume that all the time you're going to be mentally or emotionally ready for sex, especially when you're married. It doesn't happen that way. If you're not married, it is easier for you to plan. So you know that you're going to see your boyfriend in the next 2 weeks. You start planning. Now, the plan you are planning is already affecting you mentally. It is already helping your mind. It is already helping you mentally to be ready and fit for what's to come. Now, it is a different case when you are married. You literally see yourselves every day. You're overwhelmed with activities. You're doing a lot of things that demands you to be focused when it comes to having sex. So if you're not intentional and focusing on this and preparing yourself mentally ahead of your adventure, you might be missing out a whole lot on this. So what am I trying to say here in a nutshell? All I'm trying to say is that there are other ways you can get intimate with your partner and not necessarily waiting till when you're going to be having an intercourse before you now start, I'm not in the mood, or you begin to snap out, right? So when you intentionally look out for other ways to get intimate, it makes it better. Like, for example, you decide to go into the shower with your partner. That's another way of getting intimate with your partner. So you both are having a bath together. You're having a bath together, and in the process of having a bath together, you're probably hugging yourselves, and then before you know it, you know, the bond, the passion, everything is just, you know, the aura, everything is just manifesting, and then before you know it, you're experiencing heightened sensations here and there that can actually spring up, you know, different levels of arousal that will help you to enjoy sex better. This begins to work on your mind. It works on you mentally. It helps you get prepared for sex. All right, so having a bath together is a way to embrace other forms of intimacy. It could be massages. It could just be that you're both just talking yourselves into the moment. Different strokes for different folks. So look out for what works for you and, you know, come together to make this happen. Music is food to the soul. Trust me, music is fantastic. You know, music is a way to set up the mood. Music is a way to help you get into the mood for sex. Preparing your mind, preparing yourself mentally for sex requires a lot. It requires your physical preparation. It requires your mental preparation. All of this put together will help you, all right, to have to have a mind shift towards intercourse. Now, if you are listening to music, for example, the kind of music you listen to also matters. So if, for example, you were listening to and your partner is proposing sex at that moment, or maybe you are listening to the kind of song that is probably making you cry, or making you think about your family, or making you think about how you should be focused on your career, or how, you know, music, there are different interpretations to different kinds of music that we're listening to, right? So just imagine you're listening to a particular song, and that what is ministering to your heart at that moment is like you're actually maybe you're in the realm of the Spirit, of the Holy Spirit. It's doing you like you should pray. That's the kind of music you're listening to at that point in time. Now, as at that time, if sex is proposed to you, it cannot be flowing well. Why? Because the kind of music you're listening to at that time has taken you into another realm, which is fantastic. So you want to pray. You want to pray now. You begin to listen to chants. You know, you're listening to songs that are ministering to you in spirit, and then before you know it, you're speaking in tongues and you're praying. Fantastic. Now, it is your sex life. Look for songs that can help you get into the mood. That, you know, I share a lot of posts on my Instagram page. If you go to my website as well, I share lots of helpful posts. So like music now, I share some posts that, you know, we just talk about different kind of music you can listen to. Even when you actually check out my post, you see that I'm always putting a song in the background, you know, just because I just wanted to get familiar with, you know, nice songs that can actually help you get into the mood. So go on the web and search for nice songs that can help you get into the mood for sex. Music does a lot. Music is a way to prepare your mind. So the kind of music you listen to can actually help you to get ready. It begins to help you connect with your partner. It begins to help you connect with your feelings. It begins to help you connect with your body, connect with your mind. You begin to connect with yourself sexually, and that will definitely help you into unleashing, you know, the sexual prowess you've got, right? It helps you to unleash what you've got in you and do fantastically well in bed. Well, the last but not the least here in helping you prepare your mind, you might want to consider conversations prior to the sex. So you having a discussion with your partner, you know, just talking, just being open-minded with your partner. You know, open-mindedness can be magical. They can do a lot of magic. So you're talking, you talk about different things, and then you see that what you consider as your fears or what is making you feel that you're not doing well enough would have been crushed during the conversation, right? What's making you feel insecure? What's making you feel like it's too much for you to do? You sort it out during conversations. If you're thinking of, oh, what can I do to make my man happy? What can I do to make my woman happy? How do I even begin the sex? How do I initiate the sex? How do I go about it? How do I start? When you have open conversations with your partner, it helps you understand how to begin the sex. It helps you understand how to start. It helps you understand how to initiate. It gives you ideas, creative ideas on how to go about it. And when you talk, when you have meaningful conversations, it helps your mind. It helps your mind. It helps your imagination. It helps your creativity. So I hope all of this has helped you to understand how you can prepare your mind for sex, how to be mentally ready, you know, basically for sex. I hope you're finding all those tips helpful. If you are finding all those tips helpful, please be kind enough to drop a comment so I know that you're engaging with this and you're enjoying this, and you are also encouraging me to drop more videos for you all. Thank you all for watching. See you next time on my channel. Please tell your friends about my YouTube channel. Subscribe, keep watching my videos. Thank you all. Mwah. Bye.